And welcome back to the Denver Sports Betting Show, UFC edition. My fight crew never left, and this segment is brought to you by CD's Wings. Try their flavor of the month. This month, Nashville hot, and it couldn't be more perfect because UFC Fight Night is in Nashville. Everything Nashville. Get you some Nashville in your life. But boys, we have UFC news. There's never a shortage of stuff to talk about with these people. But somebody who is always in the headlines, never seems to go away. Was it a week ago? Donald Trump said he would be open to having a UFC event at the White House. And that just begs the question, who do you want to see headline a fight at the White House? Let's start with current fighters, and then we'll branch out a little bit. Taylor, who you got?
I mean, the only answer here, right, is Jon Jones versus Aspinall. That's the only answer. If you need to take one American fighter to throw into the ring to really go fight out there and die on his shield and fight for America, it's Jon Jones.
Yes.
And that would be the absolute most epic setting for this fight. And I can't wait to see if Dana and Trump's crazy ideas can pull this off.
That would be epic. And you said it perfect. The only fighter I would want to see fight for America is Jon Jones. America versus England. Give me Jon Jones all the way. Ryan, who's in your fight?
I would love that fight for different reasons. Because Tom will show the crown. He'll be drinking some tea after. I love America, but I don't love Jon Jones, so I'm going with Tom. That's the fight I want to see, though. They got to make that. And they got to throw like McGregor a fight in there. Just make it a circus of because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a circus.
Perfect for our nation's capital.
Yeah, I mean, with the Jones and Aspinall, that would be. Everybody's been wanting that for a couple of years now. You know what I mean? Almost 2 years. So that would be real exciting.
I agree for my fight because I agree that is the best one. So I acknowledge my fight would not be as good as that one. But give me Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
And I got Ilia.
UFC at the White House. And a guy from Spain and wherever
Well, give me more stuff to talk about American fighters. You took the best one. What else was I supposed to do? I'm working with limited, cooking
Michael
with limited
Chandler,
ingredients.
Colby Covington, you got McGregor, you got Nate Diaz. Check this out. The best representation of America currently is Jon Jones, multiple lengthy arrest record, right, against Colby Covington. Nate Diaz you could throw in there. Like, these people represent where we are. Let's put them on this stage and let's see them fight.
Okay, well, again, that was my perfect fight, so let it be my perfect fight and let me live in my own dream world. I acknowledge it's not as good as yours. Jon Jones and Aspinall is the fight to make. But, co-headliner Ilia and Islam, I know they're not Americans, but whoever wins that fight gets American citizenship. How about that? Like, Trump knights them with, you are officially an American now. But because we're living in a fantasy world, if you could see anybody in the whole world, even dating back in history, who would you want to see fight at the White House?
The Rock against Rob Gronkowski.
I'll take that.
That'd be like a fair matchup, right?
They're about the same size?
The Rock, 100%.
But Gronk has that like stupid strength. You know what I mean? Like, he's a big dummy, so he just he'll probably get punched in the head a whole bunch of times. Like, amazing chin on Gronk. Can you imagine?
The Rock has 25 years of steroid strength. Okay,
that's true.
And old man strength.
Fine.
Great old man strength. Ryan, who you got?
We're going current, so we'll go with the current beef of Elon and Trump, man. Let's go.
So Trump is gonna have to fight at his own house,
exactly,
in his own backyard. There we go.
Might be a little Mickey Mouse, right?
But I mean, give me Trump. Elon's kind of a nerd.
Elon's got enough money where he can do like the Mark Zuckerberg and get like trained by the top people and like.
Nah, Trump cheats though, so Trump's gonna win that.
Yeah, I think Trump's gonna have a heavy top game. All those cheeseburgers that he eats, and I mean, he's from New York. I doubt he grew up like fighting in the streets, but New York got a little bit of dog in it. And Elon's a nerd. Aiken, who you got?
Man, this is a hard one, but I'm going to say Dana White and Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh,
Oh, that's crazy. De La
That's a
Hoya
good
would
one,
destroy him. That wouldn't even- De La Hoya just punches head into the rose garden.
I don't know. You see Dana's right hand against his wife? You remember seeing that? I mean, he has some striking ability.
Yeah, and if you bring out De La Hoya dressed like a girl, he might be really able to
This
beat
will
him
be
up.
Dana White's fight right here.
Oh, that's changing my pick. Give me Dana White. For mine, just because it was the biggest beef, everybody was talking about it all last year. Give me Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Ooh, I like that one.
Height and reach is definitely Drake, right?
Height and reach, but
Team
Kendrick
Kendrick
Lamar is
all
from
day.
Compton.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know if Drake's real name is Aubrey. I don't know if he's ever been in a real fight, you know? So,
Wheelchair Jimmy, you know?
I mean, give me Kendrick. Like I said, I know there's a size difference, but give me Kendrick. I think he won the rap battle,
Yep.
and he's going to win the fight. Who you got, Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Man, I think I'll probably pick Drake.
Oh, man.
Drake. Aubrey.
But
He's
those,
been getting in good shape.
those abs are fake, though.
Yeah,
bro.
they ain't real. Don't worry, Egan not like us. It's okay. It's okay.
Egan, not like us. But okay, getting back to real actual fighters, Jon Jones is back in the testing pool, so maybe that UFC White House fight is going to go down. What is the reason he would be entered into the testing pool?
I think there's probably some back end reasoning for this in his UFC contract. I don't think he can necessarily just disappear from the UFC. I think the UFC kind of owns him at least a little bit longer. And just coincidentally, right? Trump announces the White House fight and he's back. I think he wants the fight. He just wants to be in attention right now. He's like a little kid still. He doesn't know exactly what he wants, but as soon as something's taken away, he wants it more.
Exactly.
And I think like a chess master that Jon Jones is probably, I think he's playing games. You know what I mean?
You hear that? He's coming to take the castle of Tom Aspinall, okay?
All the tea and crumpets. But it reminds me of, what is it? But that Bobby Fischer, and I don't remember like the Russian chess master he played, but he was late. He was not going to show up. He was going to show up. He got there 2 hours late. He's playing games.
He is.
And he knows, like you said about the contract, there's no surprise in the contract that now, Jon Jones, actually, you're contractually obligated to us. He knows that.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise. He's just playing the will I, won't I game, messing with his head, like I said, like a true chess master. Jon Jones is up here. All these other fighters are thinking about punching, kicking, strangling people. Jon Jones is up here playing chess. That's what the GOAT does. With that being said, being in the testing pool, he's already been tested. What'd you say?
Twice this year, yeah.
Twice this year. So, he's not doing this for fun. He's not doing this for practice. It's probably harder than heck for Jon Jones to stay clean, stay testing eligible. So, like I said, I think he's playing games. Ryan, would you love to see Jon Jones sometime in 2025?
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. But you don't know how much money I've lost betting against him.
And
all
how
these
much money
times.
I've made.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put the money on Tom again. But man, this is like the circus. Once again, this is McGregor style stuff. Like once these guys reach this, like they have to have the attention, like you said. This is like McGregor playbook 101.
And the UFC kind of needs it. I'm not saying the UFC's struggling for news, but they need this kind of like, will they, won't they, this hype. They need it. And like I said, Jon Jones is really the only one delivering it. So shout out to the GOATs. Keep being the GOAT. Some other interesting news. They finally announced DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev. I love this fight. I've been waiting for Khamzat to come back. I know you have a lot of insight on Khamzat. What you got, Egan?
I mean, Khamzat, he really... he always wants to shut people up, you know what I mean? Just the way he talks and everything, people doubt him. But we've seen him get in trouble, when he's had some fights, get tired and get dropped by Gilbert Burns. So, but I'm excited for this one. Everybody's been waiting for it, so.
Give us an early pick.
Khamzat by submission.
Khamzat by submission. Okay. I got Khamzat by TKO. I think he's going to ground and pound him. DDP, he takes a lot of damage. He's proven me wrong so many times, especially on this show. But he takes too much damage, and I think Khamzat does too much damage. after a while, that what do they call it, the destruction derby, like where they ran their cars together. Eventually one of the cars just shuts down. Just stops working. I think that's going to be DDP. You had a little bit of beef when we were talking earlier. Why is it Hamzat and not Nasruddin Imavov? What's your beef?
I just don't why do we have rankings? If he's the number one ranked dude, why shouldn't he fight for the title? But no, I think it's a great fight, right? But keep in mind, Hamzat almost lost that fight against Usman on short notice, right? Usman came back in the later rounds. And so, I don't know, is it the right fight? I think it's an exciting fight for sure. I'm just curious why the number one ranked dude didn't do it. But I think that is all irrelevant because I think Kaio is the future of this division, and it might take him another fight to get up from 6th ranked, but I think he's the future of this division.
He's going to have a lot of people to climb. He's got to get past Robert Whitaker. He's got to get past Adesanya to even be in that kind of conversation. So we'll see. I think Kaio's awesome, but we'll just have to see. I mean, there's some big gatekeepers standing in his way. To answer your question, it would make sense that the number one ranked fighter would fight for the championship, but it's all about what fight is going to sell. Ryan, that's an area of expertise for you. Why is the Hamzat Chimaev fight better than a Nasruddin Imavov fight?
Man, you because for the everyday person, they're not going to know who he is at all.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of one Nasruddin Imavov fight that I've watched. I'm sure I've watched them, but I can think of the Hamzat Chimaev fights that I've watched. So, like you said, it's about who has the recognition. When they're putting these fights together, it's about making money. So as a matchmaker, can you think of a better fight?
No, I think that's perfect. I think that's what needs to be done. And I'm going to tune in. We're going to be hyped. We're going to be typed about that. So them making this is perfect.
Who you got?
DDP.
Dude, I don't know. I've lost too much money on DDP, man. He always surprises me. I have every single time that this time I probably would change and go with DDP for this one.
I'm still going to bet against DDP. Give me Hamzat. I don't know. I mean, the guy just looks like he looks like he should be a fighter. I mean, he's hideous to look at. So he's not worried about getting punched in the face, messing up his face at all. Give me Chimaev. But speaking of champions, my current favorite fighter and champion, Ilia Topuria, he's ready to bang. You heard some stuff this week. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he was on an interview talking about what his next fight would be and when he would fight. And he said if it was up to me, it would be next Saturday, UFC Spain. He'd fight Islam in the first round and then Patty in the second round. And the crazy thing about it is I chuckled when I read it because I could actually see him doing that. I could actually see him fighting two of the best people in the entire world and finishing them both in one round.
Yeah.
Islam would have something to say about that. I agree, and we talked a little bit offline. I'm like, it's crazy that we're not just laughing at him,
Yeah.
Because there's a little bit of realistic possibility that, I mean, he could be right. But I saw your face perk up when he said that. What's your thoughts?
I mean, he's dangerous, man. Those hands are dangerous, but I don't think Islam's gonna let him get close to him like that. He's gonna create
Islam
space.
ran away to a different weight division. Of course, he's not gonna let him get close.
Bro, he didn't run away, bro.
I think he was requested to go up. You know what I mean? Because the UFC, they're fighting for great champions right now, and it's like the cream of the crop, and then everybody else. So I think they're trying to distribute their champions a little bit bigger, their bigger names around, and it makes sense. But Islam, that's a bad man. I think just because maybe we haven't seen, I don't remember when his last fight was. I could look it up, but maybe we're too far away. But Islam dominates.
Yeah.
And I know Topuria is a black belt, but what kind of black belt? Can he hang with that Dagestani wrestling?
No one's been able to hang with Islam. That's the thing. On the ground, Topuria would have to knock him out. Topuria might be great, but nobody has been able to hang at all the second it goes to the ground with Islam.
Taylor, since you're the grappling expert, explain to the people, what is it about the Dagestani wrestling and specifically, Islam's wrestling that is so great and world class?
Well, I'm going to say this, nothing, because Go Craig Jones and B Team Jiu-Jitsu will outrank any Dagestani wrestlers as they've
Take
proven.
off your jiu-jitsu glasses and explain to the people Dagestani wrestling.
No, it's just the pressure. Like it's a different breed over there. Like if you look at these people that have gone over there and trained, like you know this very well. It's a different culture. Like they're bred different, they're raised different, they're fed different. Everything about their culture revolves around this, where we revolve around like throwing a ball in the air, right? And so they are trained from very young ages. They have high expectations. Like every bit of training they go through there translate when it comes over here, unless they go against B Team and Craig Jones. Shout out.
All right.
Who's that though?
Jiu-jitsu glasses back on for Taylor. But what I notice is in Dagestani wrestling, their ability to control. Jiu-jitsu, they're jockeying for position and trying to get an arm, trying to get a leg, trying to get an ankle, trying to get a neck. In Dagestani wrestling, they just press you down, hold you down, pin your arm down, and beat you up. And I don't know. I think that's very, very hard to overcome. I'm not even going to get into it with you on the jiu-jitsu part, but it is a very, very great school to come from. In some sad news, though, Randy Couture, I think a favorite of everybody's, he was in an accident. He's getting into the NHRA, and this is just kind of breaking news as we record the show. Taylor, you're kind of tuned into this. What's going on?
Yeah, he was in Kansas City doing some trials for the National Hot Rod League. He's going to get ready to hopefully debut a race this year, and suffered a crash, got airlifted out of Kansas City with like super serious burns. Like his condition, at least I think to this point, is still unknown a little bit. But yeah, that's crazy to hear about one of the greats. I mean, good to see he's still out there getting his adrenaline and stuff like that. But yeah, you hear Mark Coleman just had his thing with the fire, and now Randy Couture. You're hearing this a little bit more and more. So it's just kind of the people we grew up watching, seeing them age and go through this is not that exciting.
No, definitely sad news. Ryan, anything you like to add?
Man, that's crazy. You just see like Ben Askren, like all these guys.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's just this
Serious injuries.
But Ben Askren, like he's a fighter. That's crazy. And like the rumor is like Jake Paul like paid his bill so he could get that transplant. Did you guys?
Oh,
hear that?
I didn't see that, but cool for Jake Paul if he did. If not, boo Jake Paul. Still. I still hate that guy. It's just really disappointing, and I think maybe because these guys are in the limelight that we hear about this stuff. But man, like really, really crazy stories have been coming down for UFC fighters specifically. You said that Mark Coleman, like rushed into the house, like save his whole family. Just crazy stuff. On a less crazy note, but still kind of sickening note, Tim Kennedy issues an apology for misleading people into thinking he has a Bronze Star. What is it? Stolen valor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a crime. And I mean, to be a famous person and not think that anybody's going to look into your awards or anything like that, I mean, it's really sickening behavior. Ryan, what's your thoughts on being a liar?
Bro, that blows my mind. Like the internet, like we've seen it thousands of times where people get exposed. Like, how do you not think like you're going to get exposed? So there's got to be, who knows, CT something, like something going on in his brain where he fully believed it or something. Because there's no way you get away with that. There's no way.
And why? You know what I mean? So like you said, you're going to get blown up on the internet. And why? He was a military veteran. I respect all our military, all our veterans so much that you don't have to lie about your accomplishments.
Exactly.
Being a military veteran is a great accomplishment in itself. I mean, what makes somebody take that extra step? What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I just think it's crazy because he built his entire career off this. Like ever since, like I think the Ultimate Fighter when he came on, like he built a training school because of this. He did stuff overseas after the UFC. Like he built his entire career and brand around this. Like I'm kind of surprised it took this long to figure out if it wasn't true. But yeah, this is wild. Like you ain't got to lie to kick it. Like he was still like he was still a cool guy and everything. I don't understand when people do that.
No. Agan, do you think that there should be any sort of punishment for something like that?
Man, I don't know if they're gonna do anything to him, but
probably not legally, but I mean, I'm sure the internet's gonna roast him.
Oh, he's done.
And when you're a well-known person and you say something like that, people on the internet look deep into it. People are they're good, man. I don't know how good they are. People find it up, man. It's crazy.
They're looking for any reason to hate. You give them a reason to hate on you, they're going to take it. So with all that being said, that wraps up our show. Be sure to get to CD's Wings for your wing order. This month's flavor of the month is Nashville Hot. The UFC card is in Nashville. Get your order in. It's going to be delicious. We should actually get some CD's Wings. We haven't had a wing bet in a long time. I want to try this Nashville Hot they're talking about. So lots of stuff to look forward to. Boys, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.